waitress.
Or look for me. I think I'm going to be there. Sherry, I think we're going there.
I might go out tonight. We'll see. 810-227-6000. Get out there. They get great food. I think comedy shows will be starting up again in October, but they got great music. Burger Mondays, like $6 or something.
And they got free gluten food.
Gluten-free food, not free gluten food.
Oh.
But yeah, go see Jim. Tell him you heard it on the Drift, or you saw it in the Current newspaper. So, and then advertise in the Current newspaper, folks. It is a great newspaper, and people really enjoy it. So, all right. So we're talking about the sex scandals and whatever else that the media is trying to throw all this mud. Let's take a call from Alex in Plymouth. He's been waiting patiently. Alex, welcome to the show.
Hi, Gary and Ed.
Alex,
about sex scandals and payouts and stuff like that. I wonder if people could remember way back to 1969 when Teddy Kennedy basically drove off the bridge in Chappaquiddick Island,
Mary Jo Kopechne,
right? And he killed his campaign worker, Mary Jo Kopechne.
Yeah.
And obviously,
and went on to become the Lion of the Senate. Yeah,
but there was no. There was a media outcry, but nothing. What would happen today if Trump had done that? And the payout was to the tune of around $150,000, which is peanuts in today's standard. But that's what happened, and all the Democrats forgot all about it and kept supporting old Teddy and reelecting him. And it's just an example of the double standard we see today.
Yeah. Oh, it absolutely is. This is just sheer hypocrisy on the part of the media and the Democrats and the never-Trumpers. It's complete and utter nonsense, and the whole thing is phony. And I think we're above that, and that's where we were. Alex, thank you so much for coming in.
I got a question for Alex.
Go ahead,
Alex. It's not a question. Go ahead.
The news you need to know.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Alex. All right.
I was going to start with that, but since everybody else is doing it, I figured I don't have to anymore.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Alex. Have a good one.
Okay. Bye now.
So one of my favorite legal experts, because every legal expert in the world is coming out saying, oh, Trump's done. This is impeachment bound, blah, blah, blah. Shut up. You people have no idea what you're talking about. Probably the most knowledgeable guy when it comes to this kind of stuff is Alan Dershowitz.
Thank you. That's what I was going to say.
Who is a liberal. He did not vote for Trump. Unapologetically, a liberal supporting Democrat guy, right? But you got to love him because he's honest. He's one of the few honest attorneys out in the public opinion or public eye.
He's the difference that Prager makes between a leftist and a liberal. He's a liberal, one of the old school Democrats, as opposed to the new hardline leftists and socialists.
Socialists, yeah. Derek, do you have track 2 available and ready to go? All right, this is Alan Dershowitz talking about this payments that Cohen's making such a big deal about of Trump paying off hush money to whoever these girls were that he had an affair with. Go ahead and play it.
You know, Lanny Davis, Cohen's attorney, came on Fox News for the first time since he began representing Cohen yesterday on this program, Professor. And he said without question, he stated right here, that Trump committed a federal crime. Watch this.
Well, there's no question that he's committed a federal crime, and whether he can be indicted has never been decided. I think there is a traditional view that you don't indict sitting presidents, but that's an unsettled question.
So a big question, Professor, that seems to be coming of all this is how can there be such varying legal takes and opinions on all of this?
Well, I'm right and he's wrong. It's as simple as that. I've been teaching criminal law for over 50 years, and it's clear to me that he's wrong when he says there's no question. Look, Lanny is a great lawyer and a good friend of mine, but there is a deep question about whether any crimes were committed by President Trump himself. And I think that we ought to acknowledge that there are serious questions about that. How those questions get resolved in the end, nobody can predict, because the laws regulating campaign contributions are so murky that Justice Scalia once said, and he had the assistance of 4 of the most brilliant law clerks in America, he said he couldn't figure out what these laws mean. But the one thing that is clear is that a candidate is entitled to pay as much money as he chooses to support his own campaign, and that paying hush money is not a crime. So I'd love to have an opportunity to debate my friend Lanny on your show or on any other show and we can see whether there's any question about whether there's a crime. I think the answer is clear.
All right, so that's a debate I would pay to see. I would love to see Alan Dershowitz destroy Lanny Davis.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Well, there's two thoughts I have in listening to that. One is you cannot indict a sitting president. You can impeach him, but you cannot indict him. That's settled law. Why Lanny Davis would say otherwise, I don't know. I mean, I don't have a
because he's a liberal agendist, a moron.
Yeah, but what it is he wants to get that word out. Once again, it's the big lie.
Yeah.
It's the besmirch routine. And then as far as not knowing what the law says, you're familiar with who Beria was under Stalin? He was the head of the NKVD, which is a predecessor of the KGB. He was famous for having said, "Show me the man, I'll show you the crime."
Yeah.
Nobody can keep abreast of there's always going to be some law that you're breaking somewhere.
Right. Yeah, and that is exactly what they're doing, right? Let's take a call from Jasmine in Chicago, wants to talk about the conservative movement.
Been a few months.
Jasmine, welcome to the show.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Happy Saturday.
Thank you, and happy Saturday to you. How are things in Chicago? Are we still having people get shot every weekend?
Well,
60 last weekend, I think, right?
Hard to keep track, right?
Well, it depends on who you listen to, obviously. If you listen to Rahm Emanuel and his almost daily little press briefings, there's no crime in Chicago. But the truth of the matter is that it's out of control. I really feel like I live in the Wild West. You know, it's just people are just scared to say anything, do anything. Not me particularly, because I'm a badass, but in Chicago it's just very difficult because we don't have a lot of options, really. Mayoral candidates that are running are horrible. We just had one of the candidates was actually giving $500 in cash to people, supposedly to quote unquote help them pay their taxes.
Walking around money. That's what they used to call it, walking around money.
So they're paying people to vote for him. That's what you're telling me.
Well, of course he pretties it up as something else.
Right.
But our governors just really are horrible. The choices we have, we've got Bruce Rauner, who's a horrible governor. He ran on a conservative platform and quickly threw the conservatism under the bus. Voted for, funding Planned Parenthood, even though during his campaign, he voted, he said he would never vote for that. He said that, he would be someone that would oppose Mike Madigan, who's the most corrupt politician probably in the country. And he, pretty much has voted with Madigan, even though he puts on the picture that he's against Madigan. And the most disgusting thing he did as a Republican, he approved for a Barack Obama Day. And that to me is just like
what?
The ultimate.
I'm glad I wasn't drinking coffee at that moment.
Hold on. What? Barack Obama Day?
Oh, yeah.
We had 8 years of him. I don't need another day.
In Chicago, you have a Barack Obama Day.
Well, he signed it into law, or he signed it into whatever, what passes for law in Chicago or in Illinois. And it's next August. It's supposed to take effect. And
I hope it's not August 21st.
Of course you know also about the empty Barack Obama library. I don't know what they're going to put in there, but
maybe they're going to fill it up with pallets full of cash so we can send it off to Iran.
Yeah.
Well, supposedly it's going to have a landing strip for that nondescript airplane that's going to come and bring the cash in the middle of the night. But no, I'm a little off topic here. I did want to discuss how really pleased I am as someone who's in their mid-20s, let's say, and to see people like Brandon Struck and Will Witz from PragerU. These are young, very intelligent, conservative voices, and they make a lot of sense. And they make me feel good that not every millennial out there is, sucking condoms through their noses.
Yeah, because Brandon Straka, correct me if I'm wrong, I think he's a gay man, right? And he is part of the big walkaway movement, or started the walkaway, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
And he's very instrumental on Twitter. Of course, he's being shadow banned, like many of us. And he's out there helping people that it's okay to walk away from the Democrats, folks. If you're an African American, a Hispanic, you're gay, you're a woman, it's okay to walk away from the Democrats because they really aren't helping you. So vote Republican or vote your own mind, but you don't have to be forced into this litmus test of voting Democrat, because you know what? Let's be honest. The Democrats are killing America. They really are. They're not supporting your values at all.
No, they haven't for quite a while. I think that people are just waking up to see what really hateful people they are. Yeah. And I hate to put them all together, but it's my experience. I work in a restaurant and I see all types coming in and out and their conversations, and you can always spot a liberal. At least I can, and. You really don't want to engage with them, and that's sad because you should want to engage with someone that has a different viewpoint. But I know that it's going to end up in a shouting match. I know it's going to end up, you're going to be called names.
Yeah, which wouldn't be good for your job.
Do they tip?
No, probably not. But it's just saying that there's so many really great people that are trying to make a difference. You've got, other than the two I mentioned, there's Chadwick Moore, who, is on Tucker all the time. I follow him on
He's a gay
Facebook
man also, gay conservative.
Yeah.
Yes, he is, but he's also very, very commonsensical. He puts it out there and says, what's going on here? He reminds me a lot of Gary in a way, because
except for the effeminate
one of
part.
those no take no prisoners kind of guy.
I am very millennial-ish, right?
Yeah.
I don't look my age. I'm millennial-ish.
No, heck no. You're probably 22 looking at you, yeah. With that yoga out on the surfboard, out on the water, you're obviously very...
It's keeping me young.
Yes.
It's keeping me young. All right.
Well, yeah, but it's just one of those things that I'm just really happy to see that people are opening their eyes. And, it's that old saying that my uncle used to always say, well, I'm sure he didn't invent it, but he said, are you going to believe the media? Are you going to believe your own lying eyes?
Groucho Marx said that.
Was it Groucho Marx?
Yeah. Who are you going to believe, me or your own lying eyes?
Yeah.
I knew one of you 31-year-olds would know.
I only know from watching TCM. Yeah.
We're only young when we walk into the studio here. Yeah. After that, we're old men again. So. All right, Jasmine, anything else?
Yes, on a personal level, guys, if you haven't seen it, there's a great movie called Upgrade you have to see.
Ah, okay.
Really?
Yes, I think I saw a trailer for that, so I'm going to have to definitely go see that. It's at the theater now?
No, it's actually it's streaming online, and I think it comes out the 28th of August.
Okay,
but
I did.
It's just one of those old-fashioned, science fiction, visually stunning, very gory, right up my alley.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for the warning.
Well, that's good. I'm glad. I did see a trailer for that, so I'm glad you said it's good.
Well, thanks for the report from Demland.
That's right. All right, Jasmine, well, take care out there and watch for the flying bullets when you're around town.
I always do.
All right, take care, hon. We'll see you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Let's take a call from Ken in Livonia. Ken, welcome to the show.
Well, as I listen to your broadcast, I just want to remind myself why I'm not like typical Democrat voters. I mean, we have a lot of blacks that just vote straight Democrat. We have the labor unions that just vote straight Democrat. Well, with me, since Republicans don't suit me, don't serve me, why do I want to vote for them? And for me, my points are, first of all, the fact that the Republican Party supports rights for the LGBTQ community. Right there, they lost my vote. The fact that the Republicans still allow Planned Parenthood to receive funding. Well, there's another reason I don't want them to represent me.
So are you going to vote Libertarian, right?
No, I'm sitting it out.
Of course not. You're not vote for the pot smokers either. So, yeah, I mean, whatever.
Well, and your point is valid,